Okay, guys, we are back. How you guys doing? It's Mark Connors on American Media News coming to you live. We're going to come back right into this thing and not even waste any time. You're about to hear some hairy stuff, trust me on this. Okay, so let's get this thing here. Let's roll just a little bit more on this video that we had from our first part there. And, Kylie, I'm having such a problem with my monitors. I'm sorry, guys. Here we go. Let me stop that. We don't need that. There we go.
He talked about how in the past he could just walk up on them and say hello, and they were cordial and they were nice. Now they've got their guns out. They've got their hands on their guns. And as he said in his words, they're getting ready to use some type of kinetic energy. Well, we all know the type of kinetic energy that was used. Now, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go point by point through this shooting. And I'm going to go through the entire thing.
I want you to check this out, guys. This is definitely the best one I have seen.
Nobody
I'll blow it up here for you.
Has done. Okay? I will once again do the job for Fox News, CNN, MSN, ABC, CBS, NBC, you name it. They can't do what I do. I'm not bragging. It's just the reality that they don't care to. Okay? But I do, because an American patriot was killed. And that is a travesty in itself. So, I'm now going to roll this next clip. Now remember, people are trying to say that LaVoy Finicum had a gun. Go ahead and roll this clip.
He decided to just drive. So we all got down on the floorboard. And he took off, and then they started firing at us. They started shooting us a bunch of times, and then they had a roadblock set up.
Now, folks, so I know we have all heard this. Bear with me.
Riddling the car with bullets. And then, when we crashed, they stopped for a second. He got out of the car, and he had his hands in the air. He's like, and rest. He's like, just shoot me then. This is what you want, to shoot me. And they did. They shot him dead. They shot him right there because he was just walking with his hands in the air, and I saw it. I swear to God.
Okay. Now we've all heard that. Let me scoot up here just a little bit for you folks. All right. Take a look-see and a listen.
Clip. I'm going to break down each one of the shootings. Now the first thing I want you to do is I want you to watch the clip. Then I'm going to break down where I think each one of these shots occurred. And then when we're done, I'm going to play the clip again in its entirety so that you, the viewer, can see what I have painstakingly come to fruition to find out what I believe is exactly the account of what happened. Okay? Go ahead and roll this clip.
Okay, I'm going to fix this. I'm going to fix this just a little bit here. Stand by for a second. Let me give you just a little bit better view here. I can adjust something for you just to give you a little bit more really quickly here. Watch carefully, folks. want to stop that right there. That is demonstration of a regular military L-shaped type of attack, barricade, leaving you no choice other than to go one direction, basically. But watch and listen. But see this. You can actually see the other shooters that are involved. Now, for a long time, a lot of people thought that one guy that ran out behind the thing there and ducked down and took the very first shot. Watch this. And stay tuned, because what I'm going to play for you guys is just going to...
Okay. Now, this clip, obviously, it's very disturbing, number one. But number two, there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of things that are going on. And to the naked eye, maybe you don't notice all of the different things. So I'm going to try to point it out. And when I'm done, we're going to roll the clip again so that you can kind of see where I'm coming from. And you may agree and you may disagree. That's fine. Now, the first shot, I believe, is from the FBI agent that he almost hits with the vehicle. If you notice...
Oh, what? Oh, yeah. Remember in one of my shows previously, we said, I'll bet you that guy... Watch.
The way the guy jumps out and he's got his arms out with the gun, I believe that was the first shot. Now, I don't know if it did anything, if it hit anybody or what, but that was certainly more than likely the first shot. The second shot is behind the dark pickup truck. There is another gentleman that pops into the screen real quick, and he takes a shot, and then he runs away to your right. Okay? I believe that was the second shot. Now, after that shot, you'll notice that LaVoy immediately clutches his guts, his side, his chest, and he leans down. Now, there's been a lot of theories there that he was leaning to get a gun. Again, I don't believe that was the case. There was another theory that he was in deep snow and therefore he lost his footing and balance. And when you lose your footing and balance, what happens? Your hands go down to catch your balance. That's another theory. But the other theory, which certainly looks like it from this perspective, is that he was grabbing at his chest after being shot. Now, shot number 3 comes from the bottom right. As that one guy comes onto the screen, it's kind of fuzzy, he shoots and then runs away. You can clearly see the guy on the bottom right near the white truck. He is near the truck is shooting. So that would be your third shot. Your fourth shot is coming from LaVoy's left-hand side behind his back. You see the long rifle coming from the side on the left. I believe that there's a shot that goes and hits him in the back. After that shot, there's a fifth shot. And I believe that fifth shot was the one that was shooting him in the back of his head. That's the shot where his body collapses and he falls completely down onto the ground. The sixth shot, I believe, is when he was already down on the ground. Now, Victoria Sharp's testimony clearly states that they continued to shoot at him while he was on the ground. Well, if you look at the video closely, the sixth shot is more than likely coming from that direction, and it hits him somewhere probably in the chest. And even after all of that, even after all of those shots, he still puts his hands up, even on the ground, dying on the ground with his last breaths. He still puts his hands up.
You know he was praying to God.
The seventh shot, I believe, was also on the ground where all the other shots were. And LaVoy, again, is still with his hands up. There's one more shot coming from your right, and in that one, he stops moving. To think that an American citizen, a patriot, could just be taken out like this is just so upsetting. It's so sickening. Now, what I want you to understand is this. The FBI has released this aerial footage. They have released this grainy aerial footage from atop, okay? Now, I believe that the reason that they're doing that is because in the grainy imaging, you can't tell 100% whether or not he was reaching for a gun, okay? That's more than likely the reason why they released this aerial footage, this drone footage, because they want you to go away. They want you to say, oh, look, it's a foregone conclusion. He had a gun. We had to shoot him to protect ourselves, and that's it, right? I don't believe that to be the case. Now, could I be proven wrong in the future? I absolutely could. And if I am, I'll do a show on that as well. Now, before I get into the next part of this, I want you to now watch the clip in its entirety, and I want you to look for the first shot, the second shot, the third shot, the fourth shot, the fifth shot, the sixth shot, and the seventh shot, and look for yourself slowly as it happens, and it unfolds pretty quickly. Try to follow along with the video. Go ahead and roll it.
Watch down at the bottom right-hand corner. He's flipping them off. Let's show that one more time. Bullet hole in the windshield.
Okay, so as you can see from that, when you play it in its entirety, it's starting to make more sense. When you break it down as I have done, and others have done, you can clearly see that there was certainly more than 3 shots. Was there 9 shots? I don't know. I know the family has made mention that when they've received his body, that they said there was at least 9 shots. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm not agreeing with that. I'm saying from what I can gather, there's at least 7 shots. I may be wrong. I don't know. But this whole thing is such a tragedy. Such a tragedy. You know, you've got thugs, as I said earlier, like Michael Brown, who holds up a store at gunpoint, okay? Charges at an officer with his head down and is obviously shot for good reason. Okay? What happens then? The media is everywhere, marching in the street. People are burning down police cars. People are raiding stores and destroying their neighborhoods, right? All this crazy stuff. The same thing that happened with Freddie Gray. This guy had a criminal arrest record longer than Hillary Clinton's emails, all right? And what happens there? The same thing. They break up their neighborhoods, they bomb police cars, they bomb CVS's, they destroy buildings and businesses.
All right, guys, we'll be right back after this. I am going to play that video for you, the one I'm talking about. It's big time. Don't you go anywhere. It's coming right up.